I'm done. I'm done. I can't do it no more. I've tried and I've tried all of these years. I've tried and I really put my best foot forward every single time. And it just never fails. It never fails. I kept trying because I thought it may be me, right? I thought it could have been me. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just young and tripping, young and foolish, right? So I continue to put my best foot forward, but I can't do it anymore. And I quit. I fucking quit. I can't do the 9 to 5 shit. I can't do it. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Like I've been across industries, right? I've worked in corporate America. Like for a 28-year-old, I've been all over the place. I've experienced a lot to be 28. I've been in different industries just to be 28 years old. I've been in the military, right? I've been white collar. I used to be a realtor, right? Then I went blue collar, right? I worked for some, big Fortune 500 companies, right? I've done it. I've done it and it just I'm not a 9 to 5 guy. I'm not a 9 to 5 guy. I've always loved my freedom. I've always loved answering to myself, even though you still got to answer to somebody regardless of where you at. But I always just love that freedom. And truth be told, I remember making the first year I made 6 figures. I wasn't working a traditional 9 to 5. My very first time making 6 figures, I was not working a traditional 9 to 5. Y'all want to know what I was doing? Guess. Guess. I give you a little give you I give you a little hint. No, I ain't gonna give you a little hint, but just guess. I was driving fucking Uber and Lyft. Believe it or not. I was driving Uber and Lyft. And if I can find the pay stubs, if I can find the transcripts, I'll put it up here. But if it doesn't appear here, that means I didn't find it. But my first year I've ever made 6 figures, and I had to be like 23, 24 years old. I was driving fucking Lyft and Uber. Living. This was before it got saturated and everybody started jumping in and they hiked up the prices and all of that stuff. I don't know if you can make 6 figures doing that shit now. But I remember when it first, especially when Lyft first hit the United States. That's the first time I made 6 figures, or the very first time, in my life that I made 6 figures. I was driving fucking rideshare, chilling. You dealt with some rowdy customers here and there. Yeah, you still had to answer to the customers. Yeah, you still, had to answer to the platform. But as long as you did the right thing, you will be okay. You will be fine. Absolutely fine. And I just love the freedom. Like I can make $200, in 3 hours. I can make $300 in 4 or 5 hours and call it a day. Call it a day. You can write your vehicle maintenance off, under expenses. After I got done, if after everything was all said and done, I didn't pay any taxes on anything because I did my taxes right. So all of that money that I made that year, it was all mine. It was all mine. And just today, no matter where you work, you run into these fucking psychopaths, right? You run into these deranged fucking individuals, right? Everything about the 9 to 5 today is fucking draining. It's fucking draining. And best believe every time I've switched jobs, guys, every time I switched jobs, I made sure that I got paid more than the last job, because honestly, that's the only way you're going to get paid more. That's the only way you're going to be paid more. Either one or two things are going to happen. Either one or two things are going to happen. You're going to be begging for begging for a promotion that they're not going to give you. They're going to give it to somebody who, quite frankly, less qualified than you are. Oh no, actually, three things. Either that, or you're going to be working out the ass, right? You're going to be doing a bunch of hours, right? Or your ass is going to quit and find another job just to get paid more. And guess which one is better? That third one. That third one. But I don't know if you guys can relate, but this 9 to 5 is just draining. It's so draining, and it takes the life out of you. And sometimes it's not even a job, right? Sometimes it's not even a job. It's the people that you work around. It's the people that you work with. It's the people that you serve, right? It's usually the people that takes the life out of you, man. And I decided today, I just can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. And for you guys who are wondering, I didn't just immediately quit. No, I didn't just immediately quit. No, that's not what happened. Right? But I am giving myself a 3 to 5 year period. I'm giving myself a 3 to 5 year period. So whatever that I'm doing now, this YouTube and developing what I'm developing on the side, I'm diving head first into this shit, man. I'm diving head first into this shit. And for all you guys who about to hit me with, well, some money is better than no money. I know, jackass. That's why I didn't quit. I know some money is better than no money. I'm just ranting right now. I just need to rant. I just need, a listening ear right now. Right? But I'm gonna give myself a 3 to 5 year window. I'm burning all the ships. And maybe this video will give somebody else some kind of encouragement. Maybe this video will give somebody else or light a match up under somebody else's ass who probably feeling exactly how I feel. I wake up every morning dreading going, well, let me clear the air first. I am thankful and I am grateful that I do get to wake up in the morning and I have a job to go to. Best believe I am grateful, right? But I wake up every morning dreading going in, dreading what I have to do, dreading everything about it, right? Just dreading it. And even when I try to force myself to like certain aspects of it, I just can't do it. I just can't bring myself to do it. I've tried, man. I swear to God, I've tried. I've tried over and over again. And it's just, bro, I can't do it. I can't do it. And over these past years, I've been trying to figure myself out and try to discover my strengths and discover my weaknesses. And I believe that I have discovered those things. I do believe that I've discovered those things. And quite frankly, I've discovered that this traditional 9 to 5 shit is just not my speed. It's just not my speed. And the reason why I'm in blue collar in the first place is because I went to college and I dropped out. I didn't get my whole 4-year degree. Right? I didn't get my whole 4-year degree. And maybe if I did, maybe I wouldn't have liked the cubicle shit either. Maybe I would have dreaded that shit even more. Right? The grass ain't always greener on the other side. I understand that. Maybe I damn sure, yeah, no, never mind. I damn sure don't want to be sitting in no cubicle and sitting in no office. Right? To each his own, right? To each his own. But I found myself not loving working with my hands. I'm not the tool guy. Like I don't like operating with my hands. right? And that's not even my strong point. My strong points are not operating with my hands. And I've discovered that. I've tried to force it. Some guys, it comes to them like this, right? Just like there's guys who code for a living, software developers, right? That it comes to them like this. And I'm not a handsy guy, man. I like I like thinking. I like thinking. That's my strong point. I like thinking. I like coming up with new ideas. I like coming up with, thinking deep into certain ideologies. And I like creating, right? I'm a creator. I like thinking on things and pulling out of my mind into the physical realm. That's the type of shit I like doing. Right? And whatever that may manifest in, I have to do it within 3 to 5 years. I have to. I'm giving myself no choice. I'm giving myself no choice because I have no choice, because I don't know how long I will last doing this shit without going insane. And I don't know how you old heads did it. I don't know how y'all did it. I really don't know how y'all did it. I don't know how you stay at a job and you work for 20 years and then die. I don't How do you do that? How do you work 20, 30, 40 years and then just die? I can't do it. I can't do it. And you know what's so funny is every job that I've been to, right? Every job that I've been to, everybody's fucking miserable. Everybody's miserable. I see it in their face. I see it, bro. If you let your physical fade away, if you just let your body go, that is a sign of depression. That is a sign of low self-esteem. That is a sign of you not giving a fuck about yourself. So when I look around and I see a bunch of old, hateful, miserable, overweight uh men, middle-aged old men, right? I look around and I'm like, bro, this is not what I aspire to be. When I come to work, there is no inspiration. When I go to work, it is like death. It is like the graveyard. It's literally like the graveyard. Well, it is the graveyard. I believe 9 to 5s. You know how they say the grave is where dreams go to die. A lot of people, they're buried with things, ideas and ideologies and gifts that they should have brought forth into the world. That's also the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is also the grave. It's the early grave. It is the grave before the grave, right? It's the grave before the grave. The 9 to 5 is where dreams go to die. And I see it. I see it in people's faces. I see it in people's demeanor. I see it in people's attitude. I see it in people's character, right? I rarely meet, and this is sad, but the honest to God truth, I rarely meet just stand-up dudes. I rarely meet stand-up people. Do you come across them? Of course. But they're like tiny specks in the mix of the universe. You're just like, you see them every blue moon, because when you come across them, because you've came across them because they're just a breath of fresh air. You know those people you come across and talk to who just like, damn, like, bro, you're a genuine dude. You're a genuine girl. Like, you're a genuine person. Like, I wish we could just, be cool. Like, I wish I could run into you often. That's how that is. When you run across them, but 99% of people on that bullshit. 99% of people are hateful. 99% of people are just They're not living life, man. That's basically what I'm ultimately trying to say. And I noticed just going to work, it drains the life out of you. Like I said, it is the early grave. You can feel when you go to work, you can feel the dreams being sucked out of you. You can feel your creativity being sucked out of you. That's how you know. That's how you know a lot of these things were created to sit your ass down and for you not to break out of these chains. That's how you know. This whole system was designed for you not to break out. This whole system was designed to pay you enough, to feed you enough to stay on the hamster wheel until you fell off and died. That's why very little people make it out. That's why very little people, create their freedom. And listen closely. Freedom is not always about making a shit ton of money. I understand that. Now, you're not free if you're not able to pay your bills and get the bare necessities and also live comfortably. That's not free. You still in chains. But freedom doesn't have to be like you got to make $1 million a year. Nah, you ain't got to make $1 million a year. You can make $250,000 a year. You can make $100,000 a year, but you're making it on your terms. You're making it on your terms. And by all means, I'm not talking about people who enjoy what they do. I'm not talking to y'all. If you go to work and you enjoy what you do and you truly enjoy what you do, I salute you. I salute you, but best believe and understand that you are not the majority. You're not the majority at all. The majority of people hate what they do. The majority of people are not doing what they do. The majority of people, even the people that went to school, they're not even exercising in the fields that they got the degrees in. That should tell you something. The majority of people live their life to die and basically dying to live. If that makes sense. I'm dying to live. They're living to die. I'm dying to live. Fuck what you talking about. That's what I'm trying to do. Basically get rich or die trying. And for lack of a better word or lack of a better sentence, I'm trying to get rich or die trying. And what I mean rich, I'm not just talking about riches and finances. I'm talking about riches and freedom. I'm talking about riches and time. Right? That's the kind of riches I'm talking about. Because time is running out. Time is always ticking. We spend most of our lives working. We spend most of our lives clocking in and answering to somebody else and not doing what we truly should be doing here on earth, or doing what we truly love to do. And what you truly love to do don't always pay the bills. Listen, I understand. I'm not just talking out the side of my neck like some ignorant, young person that don't know what they're talking about. Listen, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've worked a ton of jobs, bro. I've worked a ton of jobs. I've worked for a few like Fortune 500 companies. I've been at the big companies. I've been at the small companies. I've been a contract worker, right? I've been a realtor. I've been here. Listen, I've done it. I've done my own contract work. I've done it. Like I just told you, the most freedom I've experienced is when I was doing Lyft and Uber, right? And in that sense, I was a contractor. Yes, in that sense, I still had to answer to a platform. Yes, I still had to answer to customers, but I owned my time. And since I owned my time, I was free. And it's funny because that had to be my most prosperous year, if you will. Right? That had to be my most prosperous year as just doing things on my time. Right? Because what's $100,000 if you clocked in all day long? What's $100,000 if you're away from family? What's $100,000 when you're away from the people you want to be around? What's $100,000 when you can't take vacation? What's $100,000 when you can't travel the world? What's $100,000 when you just living to die instead of dying to live. And dying to live means that you're doing everything that you can to get up out this system. That means you're doing everything you can to get up out this matrix, because this is truly the matrix, man. This is truly the matrix. Like they said, the day of the week that the majority of people have heart attacks, right? It's that Sunday night before Monday. That Sunday night before Monday is when the majority of people have had a heart attack. So what does that tell you? What is Monday? The beginning of the week. Going into that job that they hate, that they've been going to for the past 10 years, that they've been going to for the past 15 years, that they've been going to for the past 20 years. That's going to move on regardless if you hear or not. And once you understand that these billion-dollar companies, multi-million-dollar companies, they're going to be okay with or without you. But people clock in like they're just needed. Bro, I've seen people give their whole life to jobs only to be talked about crazy when they left. Just to be downplayed when they left. I experienced it not too long ago. Smart, intelligent guy that I worked with. He was a trainer. As soon as he left, people trying to shit on his name. People trying to downplay his accomplishments. Right? You heard how crazy he was treated when he was here. Right? But they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a flying fuck. Nobody's going to give a fuck. Nobody. When it's time to go, you die by yourself, bro. When it's time to leave, you leaving by yourself, man. And I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I gotta go hard over these next 3 to 5 years, because I can't do this 9 to 5 shit. It is a dream sucker. It is the sunken place. It is the dark place. It is the motherfucking grave, and you can smell it in the air. Everybody around you they're NPCs. They're dead. They're dead in the inside. When you look at people, they're dead in the inside, right? They're just it's almost like they've been programmed to be workers. The life has been sucked out of them. Some of these guys, they've been working at places for so long, they don't know what else to do. They can't do anything else. This is all they know. This is all they know. Then people get married and they have kids, and next thing you know, they stuck in that motherfucker. And I'm not going to be the one that gets stuck in any one of these motherfuckers. Now, I'm going to always do what I got to do. Now, push come to shove, you got to do what you got to do. That's just life. That's just life. I always understood that. Hey, you got to handle responsibilities. You got to have a roof over your head. You got to have some wheels to get to where you need to go. Listen, I understand. Trust me, I get it. But moving forward, I can't do it anymore, man. I quit. I tried the 9 to 5. I tried to stick things out, right? I've tried to be the guy who tried to do this whole upward mobility thing and, gain more skills to pour back into another company. Man, I'm gaining more skills to pour back into myself. Because myself is going to be the only one who's looking out for me. Myself is going to be the only one who cares about me when it's all said and done. So from here on out, I'm looking out for my motherfucking self, man. And that's just a rant that I had today. Had that shit on my chest. And hopefully, maybe somebody, one of you can relate and comment down below. And that's an after pill. Here's some more videos while you wait until I upload again. Comment your thoughts down below. How you feel about my rant. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.